Okay, so I'm here at the Atom Packs HQ. Today is a very exciting day. Tom has kindly offered to make me a Atom from scratch, so I'm going to show you the entire process from start to finish in this video. It's going to get me measured up in just a sec. So yeah, really looking forward to showing you the entire thing from start to finish. Let's go. So I got Tom here and we're gonna go over some materials. He's gonna measure me up and I'll just run you through everything.
You thinking most durable?
The most durable,
okay.
VX21.
VX21. This is my VX21 shelf. You're kind of a dark and mysterious chap, aren't you? You wanting black, I assume?
In black,
Any
yeah.
colour you like as long as it's black?
Orange highlights as well. That would be really cool.
This is our VX21.
This is so good because I'm going to be able to see what it looks like when the materials are in the roll, and then how then everything is just brought to life into something you can wear and actually put stuff in. It's really, really cool.
You're thinking 40 litres, 45?
So my 2400 is a 40 litre and I'm happy with that.
Right.
That's like a really nice size. Anything kind of bigger than that, it will just allow me to start packing out more stuff, which I don't need to do.
Carry those beers, man.
Yeah, you got to pack out beers. It's good training. You got to listen to the man, the tailor.
So the VX21 fabric is a three-layer fabric. But yeah, so it's 210 denier, so it's the face fabric that's on it. It's got like a relatively high abrasion rating. It seems to be one of the best sort of through hiking fabrics. Like it's about 28 grams heavier to go for this fabric versus the VX07. VX07 is a great fabric. It is that much lighter and less abrasion resistant, and that, you know, on something like a through hike where you're going to be, you know, in this constantly changing dynamic environment. Since we've launched the Atom Plus, we go through far more VX21 than we go through anything else. So
right now Tom's got one of the patterns that is basically his design, and then he's taking this pattern and he's got the VX21 that I've selected from the shelf, and now he's marking out with chalk ready to cut out, and each of those panels of material are then going to be sewn together upstairs by either Tom or Jen.
It'll be a mixture of both.
It's going to be a mixture of both.
Probably put Jen on the front panel. She's a bit of a ninja. So
yeah. So Jen's the ninja sewer. I'm basically putting their skills to the test.
You happy with that?
Tom, I'm happy with whatever you think. So the PCT I'm going to start in April next spring. I'm going to look after this pack and take it with me on the PCT. So something made in England. And what's really good about this pack is it's going to be modular. So it's going to have a removable hip belt. I'm going to have shoulder strap pockets as well, so I can put snacks and things in there. It's going to have a bottom pocket as well, right?
Gotta have a
bottom pocket. So I've loved my HMG 2400 so much, but it's really time to kind of make a change, try something new, and the modular aspect of this pack is going to really help me to kind of gauge exactly what I like and what I don't like. And then the next pack from that would probably just be a build upon whatever I've tested out and what I've figured out is right for me, because there's no way of gauging exactly whether a pack is going to be right for you. You just got to try stuff out and knock out the stuff that isn't working and keep the stuff that is, and then try something new, and then if you like that, then you keep it. So that's why I'm going for this design as opposed to like my 2400, which is as it comes. You can't take anything off. You can add stuff if you want. But yeah, it's gonna be cool.
We now put a strip of fabric at the bottom of the Atom, so you can have like a little colour flash there if you wanted, or do you want it black? Like, it's like what the fuck orange, it's really, really bright.
What do you think?
I think it would look good.
If Tom thinks it looks good. Because that's what's nice, is that I'll be able to see it being made. Tom's going to pick out what he thinks is going to look good. That is what the fuck orange, isn't it?
It's very bright. You happy with this?
I'm really happy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's going to be that bright. like that.
Like that.
That piece.
Just a strip like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, wicked.
I'm feeling light in the light track. I felt a bit of bad, but I came back.
What we got here is a side pocket, and then the top has got like a sewn on elastic, and that's pretty much what my HMG 2400 has got. But what Tom's suggesting is that we make it with a kind of built-in elastic strip with this little line lock adjuster here, and then I can just adjust the tension of that so I can put whatever I want in the side pocket and then pull it tight. And Tom's suggesting I go with that because if that does fail, then I can actually replace that, whereas with the sewn on elastic, this version here, basically if that fails then you can't replace it. I'm used to this, but this is about trying stuff that's different and figuring out if I like it or not. So I'm going to go with Tom's suggestion and go for the line lock adjusting one, so that I'm trying something completely new. So these are all kind of pre-done. You've pre-done these.
Yeah, we try as far as possible, especially with things like the Atom that we make, hundreds of them. We try to, any generic components we try and sort of pre-manufacture.
So that it's a faster process. So
your Hyperlight fits you pretty well, doesn't it?
it does fit me quite well. So what I was going to say is removable hip belt pockets.
Yeah,
on
we
each side.
can add those in. So every Atom comes with basically the hip belts come with like a little tab on, so that you can sort of add and remove those when you want. And every single pack that you buy from us that has a hip belt will have tabs on it that you can attach or remove a removable belt.
Okay. So yeah, removable hip belt pockets, removable hip belt. Versatility for me is key. So next up's the back panel.
And I know you're the safest bet. The rules in my mind can't find the words, no, I can't seem to find.
So this is the main fabric that I'm using, and this is the bright orange highlight that's going to go at the bottom on the front of the pack. So it's going to be really neat and tidy. And yeah, not many people have a backpack like it.
I use Cordura for the back panels of the packs. You can just put stitches into it all day long, and it's just structurally very sound. A lot of what we use is made by Dimension Polynant, so it's the X-Pack fabrics. A lot of those, I think the main reason why a lot of cottage companies use them is because they're very accessible. I could call them up now and order 10 meters of fabric from the US. They're happy to take small orders, whereas the Dyneema composite materials, I'd be looking at my first order with them would have to be about £40,000 or more. So you're talking like mortgage money, and that's per fabric and per style. If I wanted to offer two packs in 3 fabrics in 2 colours, then I'd be looking at 150 odd grand's worth of 150 odd grand's worth of gear, which one day maybe. Basically the back panel is abraded a lot and
running against your back.
And yeah, laminates are like they're sticky and sweaty and just a little bit kind of grim. So to switch to this weighs about 15 grams more than to have like the VX21 equivalent, and actually it's a lot more comfortable against your back. We use this like aerobic nylon, this like Spectra. So this is basically Dyneema reinforced. It's an off-brand of Dyneema, so it's made by a company called Spectra. And the black stuff is a high tensile aerobic nylon, which is it's about 6 times more abrasion resistant than your standard nylons. So yeah, it's a fantastically strong, lightweight fabric.
So this is nylon with Dyneema filaments.
Yeah, Spectra,
threaded through.
basically Dyneema.
Yeah, just a different brand.
Ultra high molecule polyethylene, I think it's called.
There's a lot of science in this making here, folks. Yeah. So these are all the panels basically, and they're just being cut out from the massive rolls of fabric here.
Yeah.
From the patterns. And then once we've got basically all the pieces of the jigsaw, then it's just a case of stitching it together and sealing it up. And how long does it usually take you to make like an Atom Plus?
So an Atom Plus, maybe it's I could probably put one together in about between like 2 to 3 hours. I'd expect like most people would be able to do it in sort of 4 to 5. I've had a lot of practice with it though. So. And actually, all these pre-manufactured components, that all helps. But there is obviously a time cost involved in that as well.
What's the fiddiest part of making a backpack?
There's a few little points that are totally critical, like turning the top. You can trash the pack when you turn the top. Like if it goes badly or one of the machines decides to have a hissy fit. So I'd say like the fiddliest bit Probably putting the base in actually. Putting the base in.
So here we've got VX21. This is the heaviest weight X pack that he does, and it's in black and in orange. And then we've got Dyneema Grid, another VX21. That's the front of the pack, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we've got, and this is the back panel that's going to be up against my back, and that's made out of something. That's a different material, isn't it?
It's a 500 NN nylon,
Yeah.
which is a sort of basic cordial equivalent.
Okay. And, how waterproof are these materials, Tom?
So they're all very waterproof. We don't tape any of the seams though, so to do that would add like a whole several hours to the process.
Yeah.
So either that or we spend like £10,000 on a seam taping machine.
So would you say it's wise for folks that are buying a Atom like this to get a pack liner?
Pack liner. We do like human fibre. We do DCF pack liners. Where is it? There's one kicking around here somewhere.
I did see one last week. Yeah.
Yeah, so we make
a DCF pack liner.
We make a. This is my one, so it's pretty old. But yeah, so that's perfectly sized to fit inside the Atom.
Cool.
And that's seam taped.
Yeah.
So that's we classify that as pretty well waterproof, really.
Yeah. So I'll definitely be having one of those.
Yeah. So they're great. Like like I say, it's custom sized, so it fits perfectly inside the Atom. Weighs about 60 grams, I think, 55 to 60 grams.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's made out of Dyneema composite fabric in the 1 ounce variant.
Yeah.
So it's
really light.
yeah. I mean, it's not the lightest one they do, but this is going to take quite a bit of abrasion because it's going in and out of the pack.
So here we've got the shoulder straps, and you can see the stretchy shoulder pockets that I've been looking forward to trying out.
But the shoulder strap pockets work really well in that they're sized perfectly to fit. This is a big Samsung S9 phone with a waterproof, bash-proof case on it, and it will fit in there fine. And once it's in, it kind of tucks under there, and so it's not going anywhere. You can do as many handstands as you like. 500ml bottle fits in there perfectly.
Somewhere on the sea, it got a little longer, so it seems.
Okay, and what about the back? Kind of.
So the
How do you measure up the back? There's a certain way that you measure up a back, and Tom's going to show us how you measure up your torso length. Okay.
Cool, so we're going to aim for the, take a flexible tape measure. If you don't have a flexible tape measure, you can just use a piece of string or a piece of cloth or whatever you have, and then just apply that to a fixed ruler or something. We're going to aim for the C7 vertebrae, which if Russell points his head forwards, is like the bony vertebrae that sticks out around about here. So in Russell's case, that's there. So it's sort of like right in between your shoulders there. We're going to measure from there down the curvature of his back to kind of his iliac crest, which is the top of. You put your hands on the top of your hip bones, Russell, and kind of poke your fingers in towards your spine. So bring your thumbs in towards your back. It's generally right on like the top of somebody's where they wear their shorts or where their waist belt is. Let's have a little look here. I'm imagining you're going to be about an 18. Yeah, 18.
On my head.
Hang
Forward
on.
still.
No, yeah, so that's fine. So we've got your measurement from here, following down the back, right in between your thumbs. You're sort of 18 and a half, so you're bang on medium. So any of our medium-sized sacks will fit you perfectly.
So there's parts of my body that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
Tom found. Cool.
So and then the waist measurement, we're just aiming for. You just measure it around your on top of your hip bones. So sort of from hip
So
top of the hip.
top of the hip bone there.
Yeah.
And then all the way around to the other hip bone. And that's literally almost 28.
Yeah, come in a little.
There we go.
Yeah,
That's
so
bang on 28.
Yeah, so you're 28 there. So you want the padded portion of the pack to be just covering the hip bones, and then this part we can have some adjustment. You've got to allow for a bit of weight loss, especially on a long distance walk. Also for like winter layers, if you're going to be doing a lot of winter mountaineering, you probably want a slightly wider hip belt because you're going to be going over all those extra layers and stuff. The joy of having something like the Atom is the hip belt's replaceable, so you can just whip it off and order a new one from us for 20 quid.
Cool. Wonderful.
Cool.
So that's how you get measured up.
Excellent. Front pocket material, what are we going to go for?
Such a tough question. I'm gonna go for the mesh.
The solid stuff.
So Tom just asked me what I want to use for the big front pocket, and I really like being able to see exactly what I've got in my pack and where it is, so that when I've got the pack off and I dive into the front pocket, I can just reach in and grab. Whereas I think if I can't see what's in there, I'm just going to be kind of sifting around for stuff that's like floating at the bottom. So I'm sticking with the mesh on the front pocket, but Tom says that it's super durable as well, so
Something like a thru-hike, it's worth thinking about for sure.
So what Tom's doing now is he's splitting all of the panels of my backpack into 2 boxes, and then he's going to go upstairs side by side with Jen, and they're both going to take a box each and then start stitching it all together. So that's going to be a really good part of the process.
Do you mind to quit your pretending? Truth or false, this shit never ending. Hear me now and stop condescending.
So we're going to go upstairs now and see where the magic happens.
Don't try to hide it, find it deep inside and try to hide it. If there's a way, I wanna know we tried it. Quit your games and now that you denied it.
We have a variety of different machines here. Bar tacker, so this just smashes big like reinforcing stitches into things. It's the most expensive item I've ever bought. Yeah, so it's a computerised bar tacker, so you can adjust the length of the stitch on it. Basically, any area on the pack that needs reinforcing, stick it under here. It just smashes a stitch into it.
That's so fast as well.
Yeah, it's speed adjustable. The thread just broke. I don't know if it actually did that.
The stitch, wicked.
Yeah.
So it's a beast.
These ones are walking feet, so they're like very heavy duty. They'll sew through 1/2-inch plywood. That one particularly. Oh,
Wow,
yeah, it's
that's mad.
yeah. That one's an absolute savage. It's kind of actually probably heavier duty than what we need here. I've always had ambitions to replace it, but no, I don't want to carry it back downstairs, so it's stayed here for now. But these ones are slightly more lightweight. They will happily stitch through thicker materials and changing loads. But yeah, these are Juki needle feed flatbed.
So Jen's now got the side pockets, and what are you working on, Tom?
Sticking the lumber pad on. This is the sleeve that the removable hip belt goes through. If you decide that you want to take the removable hip belt off, then you just end up with this low profile lumber pad that's just holding the pack off your body.
I've got them both working really hard now. Like, the conversation's gone really quiet. You can see the concentration on their face. I'm literally like, this is my own backpack being made right here, and I'm watching it happen. Really cool. So I'm literally just going to be going on the sewing machine and actually sewing my own backpack, so hopefully I won't mess it up. There we go, there's my stitches.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah,
Right.
wonderful.
Nice little trim and then we're good to go.
Cool.
Got the job.
That's the back panel, look at that.
Sweat some miles into this bad boy.
It's solid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Solid. So here we have the back panel, and it's got the shoulder straps on it. That's all done. Now, what are you working on now, Jen? The front?
Yep, front's done.
So Jen's just about to finish up the front. Here we've got the big front pocket, 2 side pockets, and there's the nice orange little highlight there. Got some orange highlights on the tabs, looking really sweet. So Tom's working on the hip belt now, just feeding that through. It's looking really sweet. There we go, nice little hip belt action. So going downstairs now to take a look at some of the different foam inserts that he's going to put into the hip belt and see which one is best. It's really cool to see how Tom sews it all inside out, and then when he puts the foam insert in, it then pushes it all the right way around. And all he's got to do now is slot those in, just like that. So that's the hip belt done, and back upstairs we go to see what is going on. Yeah. So Jen's currently working on the base with the bottom pocket on. So you're just stitching the bottom pocket onto it now.
Yep, yep.
Tom's just finishing up the hip belt now. And then we've got Jen now working on the bottom. Getting all that stitched up. It's actually turned inside out right now. So this is a inner pull hip belt, so you actually, if you can give us a little demo.
Well, it's just a bit of a concept design,
Yeah.
not sort of. So basically, human body is much stronger pulling in like that than you are pulling out.
Yeah.
So you kind of get a sort of 2-to-1 advantage on it by pulling in this way.
I do find with my HMG that I have to get one arm kind of on one side
Yeah.
and then push it that way.
Yeah.
What I usually do is get both hands on one side and then do that.
Right.
Or get like one
Pull out.
kind of arm like that.
Yeah. So I think like this. You know, it's all you need, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Here with the Tom, we're in the Adam Packer belt. You know, you can just sort of wear it however you like, really.
Yeah.
Just,
A grade nutter here. I think you have to be mad to start a business like this. So.
Well, you know,
Lola
if you're trying to sleep and there's bears, or you're worried about hitting your head, Adam packs.
So now the bottom's on, we're gonna flip the backpack around now. Let's have a look. Go on, Jen. There she is. It's like a pack is being born. The birth of an atom. Oh my god, it looks amazing. Look at that. Wow, man, that's so good. Thank you very much.
Just gotta turn the top and put some finishing bits
Yeah.
on it. And
Ah, there we go. I think I'm gonna call it Gary. So it's really good to see the pack actually in its true form now. And that was like what? How long? A couple of hours?
hour and a half, I guess.
Yeah, about an
hour
hour.
and a half.
Finished.
Hour and a half, yeah. 2 people working on it. Me wandering around shoving a camera in their face. They've still managed to not put a needle through their fingers. Has that ever happened?
I stitched through my finger on that.
Tom had
yeah.
to fix the pack for me.
So now the lid of the pack is just being marked up now, and then we're going to put these tabs on. So this is the buckle of the roll top Y strap that goes around the top. Yeah, it's coming together. So that's what we've just added on there. That's the one side of the side release buckle clip, and that's now stitched on with those tabs. Okay, so my pack's nearly done now. Here it is lying on the table, and we're just going to put a nice little few finishing touches to it, and then yeah. So there she is. That's my very own Atom Plus, custom made right here in the Lake District.
So